Spurs fans, for Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Good to be back. I've had a bit of a break. International break was going on, and you know, there's enough people talking about speculation. They speculate better than me, but I'm back. And this time tomorrow, in 24 hours, camera's pointing at a weird angle here. In 24 hours, I'm going to be watching football. I'm going to be watching Tottenham instead of. God, it's horrible, isn't it, this international break? It just goes on and on and on. Apparently, we've got another international break in November. I don't know, man. It's not good. It's not good. But on someone, a person in the who commented on my video. I never reply to comments on videos. Just what I do, but I do read them. Someone pointed out something interesting because we're the last cab off the rank this week, and we're the first cab off the rank next week. We get to play. We're playing 2 games before everyone else. We could go into next weekend 5 points clear at the top. How would that sound, eh? But at the moment, we're not. We're languishing in 4th place. Have the wheels fallen off our season already? How can we save this catastrophe? Well, a win tomorrow would put us 2 points clear, wouldn't it? Destiny in our own hands. I love that feeling. Anyway, I ain't got a lot for you, so I'm going to come to the comments. Super chats and memberships are available. Hang on, let's bung that on. There we go. A subtle reminder to people. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a few. Oh, there's loads of people here. Oh, hello everyone. Good to see you. Here we go. Oh, Queen Ellie. Oh, I have to put my hat on or my hair's wet. Well, it's not very wet on top. I've got a bit of a bald spot happening there. I don't think the camera can quite pick it up. But good morning, Your Highness. Hey, Paul, I'm catching you live. Hurrah! Woo! There we go. Captain Cockerel. Ooh, it's an interesting name. Big up, Paul, Hotspur Hippie. Finally catching you live from London. Live from London, UK. The home of Tottenham. The greatest team the world has ever seen. And if you've got to ask that question, why? Oh, why do you say Tottenham is the best football team the world has ever seen? Well, it's in the song, isn't it? That's what we sing. We're not lying, are we? Tottenham are the greatest team the world has ever seen. It's not a big fib, is it? Been singing it since 1962, I think. Something like that. So, you know, there's got to be some truth in it. Morning. Yasarian. G'day, man. How you going? Morning, Paul and Hippies. Just one more sleep. I know, man. One more sleep. I finished my coffee. I only have 1 coffee a day. Caffeine addiction. All those people out there drinking 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, stop one day and see what happens. You just go, just one more sleep till we get our rip-roaring, free-scoring and never boring football back. Can't wait to hear some pundits say that this is our first big test again. Yeah, well, I saw a bit of old Gary Neville's, what does he call it? He calls it a podcast, but it's just him chatting. What was he on about? He always says the same stuff. Apparently, oh, yeah, that was it. It was after the Chelsea-Arsenal game. And he said Chelsea look good, but they don't have a striker. Yeah, that's his thing, isn't it? He said that about Arsenal. He's saying it about Chelsea now. You know, widen your horizons, Gary. Oh, and I saw in the news Bobby Charlton passed away, and that didn't really. It's probably not shocked me or something because maybe it's because I'm at the other side of the world. I thought he passed away a few years ago, but real shame that. Bobby Charlton was, you know, just one of those. You know, there's no words left because the words like iconic and legend. I mean, someone's probably called Darren Bent a legend, haven't they? So it's not really the same, is it? But yeah, no, real shame. Ronald M, hello from Kentish Town, North London. Oh, all these people from London coming in. That's what I thought I'd do it this time because people in England might be awake. So hello, everyone. What's it over there? 7:40. If I've got my mathematical brain switched on, I think that's right. Nearer to actually, yeah. I don't know if I want to say that word on this channel. Oh God, how do you say that? My eyes. I woke up about an hour ago. I've had a shower and a coffee, but my eyes are not up to reading that names. So, hello there, Mr. Paul. Hello there. How's your days going on the international break? Horrible, horrible. Is there anything you'd like to share with us? I don't know, man. Well, I've said it in a couple of videos, but one of the weirdest things that happened was having Vince Rigari in my car. I'm just a humble Uber driver. And the reason I've been streaming and doing much also because I've been like working 60, 70 hours a week. So, but the first time I get recognised, and it's not just by one of you random internet nutters out there. It's by a Sydney Morning Herald journalist who he's also writing a biography on Ange Postecoglou. I think he said he's finishing that in January. Either it's been published in January or he's finished working on it in January. So we had a good old chat. It's a shame. It was only like halfway through the trip that he said, "Do you mind me asking? Do you support Tottenham Hotspur?" I was like, oh, okay, just a fan in the car, and then we had a good old chat, and then I recognised him because he was on some Celtic fan channels when they got Ange in. I remember him being on 67 Hail Hail, which is a really good Celtic channel. And he's a really big advocate for Ange, is Vince Rigari. There's not many football journalists over here, but he's one of them. He's one of the good guys. 67 Hail Hail, by the way. Hamish has left because he's moved to Australia. So big up, Hamish. I hope you get on well over here and enjoy getting up during the night to watch your team play. It's a lot of fun when you're doing all right, anyway. Steely Shark, hey Hippie and chat, hey Steely Shark, how you going? Steely Shark's member of I've forgotten the name of my own channel. To help me remember, I have a friend in London. You know, sometimes I think a football fanship is like passing a little flame between people. A lot of people catch that flame from their parents or uncles or aunties or granddads or grannies or friends at school. I started supporting Spurs when I was a little kid, but then it was really a friend of mine in secondary school that one day said, "Let's go to White Hart Lane and see a game," and that was, okay, let's do it. So he passed it. He sort of inflamed it in me, and I got a mate in London called Dan, and I kind of got him into Spurs. And now his kids are into Spurs. He's got quite a few kids, and they're all Tottenham fans. And I kind of feel a bit guilty for inflicting that misery on them. Hopefully, we'll start winning something. But he's sending me over a Spurs away kit with Hotspur Hippie written on the back, and the number 80 because it rhymes with Beatty. That was my old racing number. I always picked 80 because I just liked to hear commentators saying Paul Beatty 80, and they still didn't realise why I picked the number 80. It's just because it rhymed with Beatty, that's all. I wasn't born in 1980. Look at me. But yeah, hello. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about there. It's the way it happens, isn't it? Ronald M. Hello, Captain. North London is ours. That's it. So, I mean, it's always been ours. They just like mooched in for a bit from Plumstead. Plumstead? Where's that? It's not even in London. Or maybe it is now, but it wasn't when they were incepted. It was in Kent, posh old Kent. But then the Plumstead Rovers, or whatever they were called, realised that this is too posh for football round here. Let's go and steal a march on Tottenham's turf. So then we have Arsenal. Ugh. Steely Shark, I finally did the Spurs Stadium tour today. How was it, man? How was it? I'm hoping to get over there someday. I don't know when that's going to be. When I become a YouTube millionaire, that's when it'll be. So super chats and subscriptions and all that are available. But it's going all right, the channel, even though I haven't done anything for the last week. So it's all gone. But it did a video yesterday and it's gone back up again. So, Hey, here's Wayne Bonner, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. That's what I was trying to remember. How you going, Wayne? What's up, everyone? Hope you're all well and pumped for the Spurs game tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Can you imagine if we won? Oh, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Because, you know, like I said a few minutes ago, we could go into next weekend 5 points clear at the top. Which is ridiculous, isn't it? When you think of where we were last year. And, you know, Arsenal, Arsenal at the moment, I think, are reminiscent a bit of us last season. They're playing like crap, but they're getting results. But, you know, that can be a good thing. You know, it's a bit of a cliche, but, you know, when you're playing badly and you still get results, that's a good thing. It wasn't a good thing for us last year, was it? You know, it's only a good thing if you can get your momentum going and get your steam train chugging down the tracks. But if you're just jamming it and nothing comes of it, then your season's dead in the water, isn't it? But our man, our mole, Poch, nearly beat Arsenal, but he doesn't want to get Chelsea too good. So a draw's all right. Takes a point out of our rivals, doesn't it? Not that Chelsea's a particular rival of ours at the moment. Captain Cockrell buzzing for tomorrow. That's right, man. Buzzing. Hey, hello, Ren. There you going, man? Morning, Paul. Come on, you Spurs. That's it. Captain Cockrell, Darren Beck is a leg end, not a leg. He's a bell end. That's what he is. You know what? I'm just going to have to blow my nose. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Professional streaming. You don't get this on any other channel. Hang on. There we go. God, ridiculous, eh? Ridiculous. Oh, you all stayed around, thank you. Yeah, Darren Bent. And Sandra Bent is a wanker. Sandra, I've never heard him called Sandra. Stay humble. Good name, man. I think Brennan Johnson should start over Richarlison. Well, see if he's back from his niggles. I think I'm waiting for the embargoed section of the press conference to come out. I thought it was going to be out yesterday. Maybe it's out today at 8 a.m. or something like that. Because I need a bit more Ange goodness. Magic, greetings to all. Just wanted to say you've become by far, like Tottenham are by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen. My favourite Spurs content creator. Thanks, man. Thanks for everything you do. Brightens up this usually sad guy's day. Oh, well, that's the point in it all, isn't it? Spread a bit of joy and entertainment and just, you know, take your mind away from bloody life. You know, that's why I'm doing it. T-Mission. Few new names here. Hi, Paul. Hope you're well. I am, man. Peace and love, dude. Peace and love to you, too. We all need a bit more peace and love around the place at the moment. Ronald M. Last time we had this start, we'd done the double. Ooh. Well, the double's still on, isn't it? Double's still on. I'm actually looking forward to the FA Cup this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do, whether we'll take it seriously. Are people still going on about the Carabao Cup like it means anything? Oh, we lost the Carabao. We didn't. There's a chance of a trophy. Well, Man United won it last year. Didn't mean shit, did it? Because they're crap. So a trophy's only worth winning if you're good. We've won the League Cup a couple of times in the last 30 years, and it wasn't a launch pad to anything. But if you're already really good and you're just knocking them over as a trinket and bauble, it's all right. Ren, that's really cool. Oh, I don't know what. Caption Grandma, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. God, there's a few people in here. 43. Hello. God, that's all right, isn't it? G'day, Paul and Peeps. Being hungry for proper football, I watched the Spurs ladies team against Villa, and you can see they play a similar entertaining game. I recommend watching them. They won 4-2. Yeah, I've my interest has been piqued. I'm not like an old misogynist or anything like that. But women's football, I guess the World Cup has started piquing my interest in it, because there are a few games I watched that I thought were really entertaining, and that's all I really want from a game of football, is a bit of, enjoyment, and it was. So, and it seems like that old Robert, what's his name? Is it Robert or Roger, their manager? He seems like a cool guy. I saw an interview, I think it was on Tottenham's YouTube channel, where they were interviewing Robert and Ange. They kind of gave Ange a bit of the advantage in that, because they seem to always ask the question first to Robert, so then Ange would come in afterwards, and he's had more time to think, and he's already had what the other guy had to say. But anyway, I'm digressing. But yeah, my interest is getting piqued to watch a bit of it. They seem to be doing well, and also the youth sides as well. We're just all guns blazing at Tottenham at the moment. So no, I've been looking at the women's results, and it's looking pretty cool at the moment. A lot better than they did last year. Small world, dude, ridiculous. That's crazy. Drula, hi Paul, and all in chat. Hello, Drula. How you going, man? Peter Slager says, we are the Tottenham and we are the best. We are the Tottenham, so fuck all the rest. Fuck them all. He didn't write that bit. We'll sing you assembly when we get... What does that mean? Is this one of those songs, what do they call it? There's a word for it when you get the words in a song wrong. There's a specific word that means getting the lyrics wrong, but I can't remember what it is. But there's this song, we'll sing you assembly when we get to Wembley. Is that we'll sing you assembly? We'll sing you assembly like you used to do at school. What is that? I don't know what it means, but I think that's the words. Now I've just... here we go. So I'm streaming today. I'm taking a day off because it's the annual smoke alarm test day. So I've got to sit here all day waiting for someone to just push a button on the smoke alarm. Cam Tinley, hi from Perth. Hello, man. It's early for you, man. Early for you. What, you 2 or 3 hours? Oh no, you just told me. Beer out here, 3:41 a.m. Here because of Ange. I see, Ange is getting them all in. Because we're just playing football. That's what we're doing. This is what Ange is doing. We're just playing football. All the other teams are playing spreadsheet strategies, statistical bollocks. Ange knows the footballers know how to play football, don't they? They know how to trap a ball, control it, kick it, head it. They know all that. They're the best in the world. At Premier League level, you're talking about the best footballers in the world. You don't need to tell them, now when the ball's here, you've got to all make a horseshoe. They want to go out and play. It's called playing football. It's got that kind of infantile, childish sense about it. It's the same like playing an instrument. You play, you're having fun. And that's what Ange is letting the players do. So of course we're going to be good. Where anyone else, the hard regime, no tomato ketchup for you, no siree. When we're playing, you've got to stay overnight at the training ground the night before. Why? No, Ange seems to be having the approach of, look, we're going to give you all the tools. Any training you need, any psychology you need, anything you need to help you perform better, here it is. But it's up to you at the end of the day. We're not going to spoon feed you, and run your lives. we're going to give you the responsibility to make your own decisions. And I think, you know, that's when you'll see players that succeed in that and players that fail at that. The personality type, the character of the player is so important when you're running a team like that. If you've got the wrong people, it ain't going to work. So, you know, Ange's recruitment is second to none. Every purchase we're going to get in is going to fit seamlessly into that because they've got their heads on the right place, you know. Lots of people saying hello to each other. Caption grammar: have you bumped into Ali Gold yet? No. I don't know if I don't want to fall asleep at the wheel, man. There isn't a 2x speed adjuster for passengers in the car. And I was just, police suspect police, even though they can rule out any alcohol, they can't rule out Ali Gold making the driver very tired and sleepy. He's supposed to be on his holidays in Oz, is he? Is he really? No, I haven't bumped into. I mean, that'd be a trip, wouldn't it? Rocking up to the airport. Hello, Ali Gold, bloody hell. But life is full of weird coincidences. Truth is stranger than fiction. You don't need to make shit up, man, because weird shit just happens all the time if you think about it. It's crazy. Peter Papadimitriou, Scouser Peter. Hey, kom uit, hey la. Die doet dat, don't you know? Fucking schreeuwen. Come on, you Spurs are flying. I ran into an old friend who follows Spurs and flew to London to watch Spurs versus Liverpool. Brilliant, man. Experience of a lifetime. Good luck, Tom. I'll be watching. What was Tom on about? I don't know. Well, that would have been cool, man. Like it seems like the talk of witchcraft because I left the UK in 1995. And people didn't fly around the UK. You get a train or you drive. Now it's just people just hop on a plane from Liverpool to London or Manchester to London. It's funny. It's the future. James Paratrooper Woolwich. Super lucky. That's what I heard. I didn't watch the game. I caught about 5 or 10 minutes of Jacob from United Spurs of America. He was doing a stream. He called it a laugh along, and I heard a couple of comments he was saying about it. Of course, he's going to be biased, but that's what I want when I'm watching football. I want bias in our favour. And in fact, Gary Neville said that Arsenal were poor. Arsenal were poor for the first 90 minutes, weren't they? Or first 70 minutes. Arsenal were rubbish. Chelsea haven't got a centre forward. Fullbacks can't take balls on half turn, can they? You can't, mate. But Destiny Doggy can. Pedro Porro can. Hey, hello, Welsh girl. G'day, Borada. Sorry, when I say Borada, I feel like I'm saying it in a Terry Wogan voice. Borada. So glad the big Ange Express is back tomorrow. Missed you during the boring international break. Love the Hotspur Hippie Happy Hour. The double H. The quadruple H, the triple H and an H. I don't know what you call it. H. Well, that's why I picked the name of it anyway. And it is, for all those people out there, little bee in my bonnet, the correct pronunciation of H is H. It's spelled A-I-T-C-H. H. It's not H. H. But it makes you sound a bit cockney when you say H. But that's the way it is, man. Ren, I thought the game was this morning too. Yeah, I'm so glad someone commented. I mean, I would have found out eventually, but yeah. Because I think when I found out, I was like, well, that means they're playing, Monday night? I don't know, man. So you got the weekend fixtures on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday now. It's just spreading it out. Smearing it out. Steadiest shark, yeah. But the tours. Oh, okay. Well, you're talking to someone else. The tour of the stadium, cool, man. The tour was awesome. Sideline seats feel so much closer to the pitch than the south stand. It all looks pretty close in. Like when I've seen it on the TV, it does look, all closed in to the point where they've got to run up a little hill to take a corner. That's our secret advantage. We put that in so our players get used to having to run up a little hill, a little bump to take a corner. But the other teams, they come in just that, might be just 2 inches, but it's enough for them to scuff it. Drooler. Oh, here we go. Just talking to each other. Ronald M. Law of averages. Richarlison will start scoring. He might well do. I don't think he's been playing badly, really. Oh, this is good talking about Richarlison. I'm feeling like I'm back into Tottenham now, talking about this again. I think he might well do. He hasn't been playing too badly, has he? So good luck to him. Asna Potatoa. Garlinka is dirty player a long time ago. He did some dirty thing on the pitch. Yeah. You talking? Who's Garlinka? Gary Lineker? Are you talking about Gary Lineker doing a poo in the 1990 World Cup on the pitch? Well, what's he going to do? World Cup, just not hard. Can I go off the pitch for 5 minutes? Alan Bennett, Harry called Sandra Bent after his wife. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. When he missed a sitter. Oh, that is perfect. Perfect. Team Mission, Hotspur Hippie, Jacob and Sean. Yeah, Sean from Spurs Talk Show. I like him as well. My favourite Spurs YouTubers. Come on, you Spurs. It's a broad old church, isn't there? There's something for everyone. I like those ones. Who else as We Are Tottenham TV. Since I started doing my own YouTube channel, I've been watching less of other people just to keep my own brain a bit fresh. Because I'd never plagiarise or anything like that. But, I like having my own original thoughts as much as possible, because then you know how much of a complete idiot I am. Not tainted by other idiots. It's pure 100% hippie idiocracy. Ren, women's football is getting better and better after a bit of investment. The investment, it's what is needed, it's the way of the world. If you spend money on sport, you get better. That's just what happens. You look at Australia before the 2000 Olympics. You look at Great Britain, UK, whatever. It's called Great Britain in the Olympics for some reason, because Northern Ireland doesn't count for some reason. I don't know. But before the 2012 Olympics, spent loads of money. And in both those Olympics, Great Britain and Australia won loads of medals. It's just simple, isn't it? But football's right down the pecking order. Maybe it might be that women's football getting a bit of money and getting investment. Maybe that's the back door to the men's game in this country. I don't know. But when you hear Graham Arnold, the national coach, say things like our players, if they want to have an ice bath, they've got to go to a petrol station and buy bags of ice and fill their own bath up, Whereas rugby league, which can support itself, the government here is announcing funding for Fiji rugby league. I mean, what? If we'd have done what Ange had said while he was Australia manager, there's every chance Australia could have progressed very far and maybe nicked the World Cup. Because there's that many people that play football over here, but they're all going to go bloody overseas, to further themselves. The competitions then dilutes, doesn't it? It's a shame. But if women's football's getting a bit of money, that's going to be great. Why not? I mean, just generally, if Eric Dyer's getting 80 grand a year, 80 grand a week, don't tell me there's no money in the game. Come on, football. Oh, but they don't get the crowds. Yeah, but Eric Dyer gets 80 grand a week. You can talk about, ticket sales and sponsorship and marketing and the pulling power of the women's game, all you like, to try and justify not giving the women any money. But Eric Dyer gets 80 grand a week. Pounds. Case closed. Ellie, Paul, Ange bought incoming tomorrow. Bring it on. Yes, man. 24 hours. Well, I'll just be in, I think, was it 6 o'clock kickoff? So we'll be in at the second half by now. We should be 3-0 up. Fulham will be shitting themselves. Stanley Joyce, the Ange effect is contagious. Brilliant. Everyone's talking about Ange. Yossarian's got the word. Mondegreen. Mondegreen? Is that right? I thought it was Mondegreen. Mondegreen. Oh, no, Thaddeus Mondegreen. There we go. Okay, that's the word. That is the word. That is the word I was trying to think of. But I don't know what assembly is. Is assembly a different word for a song? I don't know. But Alan Bennett, United, West Ham, Liverpool. Roll them. Fuck those. I didn't switch the adverts on for this stream, so I'll switch it on afterwards and see if I get lucky. Roll them. Always wondered about the assembly thing. Yeah. Okay. So it's not. Maybe someone got the answer. I don't know. Ben Williams, here we go. The commune members are rocking up. Evening, Paul and commune. The wait is nearly over. And then we get 2 games in 5 days, sort of. Is that? Yeah, that's fine. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but then it's Friday evening, isn't it? So it'd be Saturday morning. I haven't looked at the times. 5 days, though. 2 games in 5 days. And then I think there is a period where we're playing 2 games a week. Might be after the next international break. There's just football. Hopefully, I haven't looked at the schedule for next year, but surely there's not going to be as many international breaks because the Euro qualifiers have done. Although what they seem to be doing to eke out more money for FIFA and UEFA or whoever's getting the money for the internationals is in the international breaks, instead of them playing 2 qualifiers, they're playing 1 qualifier and 1 friendly. Sod that. Just play the 2 qualifiers. Have half as many international breaks. I know you don't get your coin in, but I don't know. Anyway, I didn't read your comment yet, Ben. Evening, Paul and commune. Wait is nearly over, thank God. Remember last year when the international break was a bit of a relief? Absolutely. It's like, I can have a break from this torture. Glad those days are no more. Yeah, but it's been replaced. It's funny though, isn't it? The relief has been replaced by anticipation, depression. So I don't know if it is actually better. Maybe it is better Spurs being rubbish. Ange for Prime Minister. No. You're thinking too small here, Magic. We don't want to start sticking you in positions of the existing power structures because we've seen what's happened with that for last 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 years. You always get some dickhead at the top running things. So you just make Ange world president. It's like outside of all that. He's just like an elder. You go to Ange for advice and stuff, and he just says the way it is, and you just do it. So he's outside of that. Yeah. F them all. I'll say F. F them all. United, West Ham, Liverpool, because we are the Tottenham and we are the best. We are the Tottenham, so fuck all the rest. Fuck them all. I used to have so much fun going to football, just singing these stupid songs for 2 hours and not being able to speak for the rest of the day and still be a bit croaky the next day. It was so much fun. It was a real release. You'd go through whatever life, during the week, and then football, especially when you could stand up, you know. And I was only like, you know, how old was I? 13, I think 13 when I started going, 13 or 14. So becoming a man, but not a man by any stretch of the imagination. And especially when like Spurs scored, the shelf would just go ballistic, man. I'd be picked up by some 7 foot huge guy, like chucked around, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Isn't it weird, eh? Something weird. Scoring a goal makes strangers hug each other in ecstasy. It's the best thing. Best thing. Ronald M. Nice one, Sonny. Nice one, son. Let's have another one. I've been watching a bit of Spurs in the early 70s. So I've been watching the originator of that song, Cyril Knowles. I mean, you talk about like an inverted progressive fullback. That guy was it. He was amazing. Also, Ren says Ali Gold has been in Melbourne. Well, it's miles away, isn't it? Maybe he's on his way to Sydney. Time is tomorrow. Ronald M. Bloody hell, I never thought I'd outlive the Queen. Never thought I'd see Spurs win the league either. Well, you know, I've been saying we're going to win the league every year for quite a while. But it might actually happen. Which would be, yeah, that'd be quite something, wouldn't it? I was talking to my oldest daughter. She's just been here for a few days. I've been talking about, you know, on the off chance Spurs get to a cup final, how can I, you know, colour my beard in a non-permanent, stupid way? And I'm on it. I know how to do it now. It's a good thing about having a kid that's still got their finger on the pulse of how to do things. Captain Cockerell, 2 points clear tomorrow. Wouldn't that? Oh, I wouldn't be able to stop laughing all week, man, if that happened. Because, you know, it doesn't take much, man, when you start pulling away. And then who's under pressure? Okay, yeah, you're obviously under the pressure to keep performing. But we're still getting better, don't forget. We're still getting better. What, is Arsenal on the way up? Is this their story? They're on the way up, are they? They're going to start getting better? They're going to be good? They've already peaked. They've done as much as they can do under this manager. That's it. There's like engines cutting. They're gliding in, looking for a runway or a field just to plop it down in. But yeah, 2 points clear and 5 points. Oh, I mean, that'd be the stuff of a crazy madman's fantasies, delusions, wouldn't it? 5 points at the clear. I love to hear people say we're not in a title race if that happens, because that's like 2 wins. 2 wins up on people, more or less. I'm rounding up, bugger it. Be brilliant. You know, I've got to blow my nose again. Sorry about this, folks. I haven't got a cold or anything. I don't know. Just someone's turned a tap on in my head. I don't know. It's the hot shower. That's what it's doing. Anyway, back in a second. Don't forget, you are watching. I mean, this is only going to give me 6 seconds of leeway, isn't it? It's not a lot of time. I can't actually play the other thing. The other video I had, which was just the Premier League thing, because it turns out that the sound effect I used in the video editing software isn't just a sound effect, it's copyrighted. And so YouTube came down on the hammer with me. It's like, sorry, I didn't know. So, but I can play this one while I go and blow my nose. Seamless. Oh, and everyone stayed. Oh, oh Oh, no, now I've done that. I've got, I don't know where the comments are. How long are we going? 44 minutes. Oh, this is pretty cool. I'm not in any rush, so I'm just going to go until the comments run out. Kev Knight. Hi, Paul. Good to see you, matey. I woke up in the chair after my Sunday cat nap to find you a broadcasting. Now, that's what you call timing. Perfect. Cat naps are good. I've never... It's almost like a superpower, just being able to have a quick snooze or just go to sleep quickly. Because I know people that some people, really struggle with sleeping, and it's bloody horrible when that happens. So it's one little thing that I've got in my kit bag that I'm very thankful about. If I feel like having a little snooze, I'll just snooze. The only thing with snoozing, just don't overdo it. Like you first rush at it, and you can sort of, when you start coming up, which is for me about 20 minutes, I've got to seize the moment to move around, because if I snooze again, then I'll get a bit groggy and lethargic. But there you go. God, I don't know. I talk some old shit, don't I? Kim62. G'day, man. As a contrapoint to my old drivel, here's Kim62. Evening, morning, Paul. A bit jet lagged, just back from... Oh, wow. Okay, man. I haven't talked to you since you did this. Okay. My trip to Memphis, New Orleans and Nashville. Well, that's the same bloody trip I did, man. Wow. I loved it, man. I loved it. So did you have a little stroll up Beale Street, catch some of the vibes there? Brilliant. New Orleans, the French Quarter and all that. Amazing. And Gracelands, of course. Ready for the game tomorrow under the lights. Glad to catch you. I've missed the chat. Hey. Oh, man, that's cool. I hope you had a great time. Ellie, football's become the new middle-aged spread, Paul. Yeah. That's what happens, isn't it? When you sort of... Look, when you get older, though, one benefit is you lose that fear of dying young. I don't know if... I didn't really have that myself, but I'd just say that to put the thought in young people's heads. I never thought I would die young, but now he's mentioned it, then I've got the upper hand. James Paratrooper. What's this? What's this? We will be at least 7 points clear by the time we meet Man City. So that we're playing them in December, aren't we? So you're saying they're gonna drop a few points, are they? So if we win, we're going to be 2 points ahead. So we've got to pick up another 5 for your prediction to come true. It's possible, though. Possible. It doesn't look like Man City are... I mean, what do I know? I'd be saying this anyway, but it doesn't look like they're really, maybe it's a treble hangover or something like that. Oh, now here's the cherry on the top. Okay, there's going to be 7 points clear by the time we meet Man City. After we defeat them, we will have a 10-point lead. It could, it could happen, couldn't it? I mean, okay, yeah, things need to go away a little bit for this to come true, but it's not like insane, or rather, it's as insane as saying, we're going to get 10 injuries and get relegated or whatever people are saying. You might as well be a little bit, if you're going to be nutty, which is what we all are as football fans, we're all a bit, you might as well tweak fate in your favour a little bit. So I like 10 points clear. Bloody hell, man. Not in a title race, though, are we? I love how the media is just kind of ignoring Tottenham. Horndog, I think Richie will score tomorrow. Oh, good, man. So do I. James Paratrooper, who is Sandra Bent? Darren Bent, who is an Arsenal fan who played for Spurs. Bobby K, g'day, man. Big up Paul and everyone in the chat. Come on, you Spurs. That's it, man. He's got the Tottenham Spurs official fist there. It's funny, though, like last year, Tottenham's Twitter feed was really winding me up, man. We'd play rubbish and then they'd have back on it. back in the gym, and it'd show Eric Dyer playing with a rubber band or playing with remote control cars or something like that. Whereas now I'm loving it. Oh, here's our players back from the international break. It's great. Ren, yeah, the football landscape is just awful. Yeah, yeah. I was listening to Andy Harper on a podcast, and he was talking about the golden generation with Cool, etc. Oh, man. And at that time, John Howard was mates with FIFA boss, and there was a lot of money. Oh, is that right? Don't make me like John Howard. But it's not like there's no money around in sport in Australia. How can we be so good at a lot of things? Although we seem to be crap at a lot of things at the moment. Rugby union, which I don't care about because it's just posh kids. Cricket, terrible. What's left? Don't know. Alan Bennett, I wish Dyer was getting 80 grand a year. If that. Ren, now there's no money being spent, and the NPL team's registration for kids is $4 grand a year. No. Wow. Is it really? So what's NPL? Because I don't know what my daughter's an adult anyway, but I'm not aware that she's had to pay all that money or anything like that to play football. NPL. What's NPL? Oh, I don't know what that is. But no, it's atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So, if you're a kid and you're like sporty, if you're a sporty person, which I'm not really, when you got eye-hand coordination and physical fitness and all that, and you're thinking, I could make a go at this. What sport are you going to go into? One that you've got to pay $4,000 to get a toe in, or AFL or rugby league or something like that over here? It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Captain Cockerell. Ange will get rid of the Eric Dyers of this club. Yeah, looks like it's happening. January transfer window is going to be interesting. Dyer hit the jackpot, says James. Tottenham security will need to drag Dyer kicking and screaming when they release him in the coming summer. Yeah. Be nice to get a couple of quid for him. There was rumours of places being interested, like Lisbon and Roma. I don't get it. But talking to each other. Bobby says, let's hit that like button. So, I forgot. Click like and subscribe. Or not. I don't want to tell people what they should and shouldn't do. It's one of those, I hate that word, should. Ellie says, we're above Woolwich in the league, and that's what's great. No, I think they're, at the moment they're above us because Arsenal begins with A. So that's how much these clowns cheat. They were called Woolwich. They probably saw it in the table one year that they were below us because they started with a W, and they thought, while we're moving to North London, let's just pick an A to start, because at least then we'll be above Spurs if it's all equal. But it's going to change tomorrow. Ronald M. Good job we have no European games shit to deal with. Yeah, it's turning out to be that way, Ronald. I was not of that opinion, like when we didn't make it last season, because I think the way you get better at football is by playing football. But it could with our squad at the moment, it's probably a good thing. Hopefully that will be different next year, because we'll have fattened our squad up a bit and we'll be able to compete on a few fronts. But it seems to have worked out well for us. Timmy L, mate, how are you so awake? So early down under. I'm a bit of an early. I'm early, man. The older I get, the more, I don't know, my brain just follows what the sun does. So I get up early and I go to bed early. We're just about back. We will go back atop of the league. We will. Arr. Brilliant. Alan Bennett's happy. James Patrick, we'll win the treble this season. Women and men's titles, FA Cup champions. Yeah, and the youth teams. Might as well win all those as well. We just can't stop winning at the moment. Ian Barrett, g'day, man. How you going? Good evening, everyone watching. Hope you're well and having a great weekend. Long time no see. I think it's about a week since I've done a stream. It's not like a month, but, you know, I suppose the internet's a, you know, daily thing, isn't it? Knee high to a grasshopper. God, I haven't heard that expression for years, man. Knee high to a grasshopper. Ren, Melbourne is the other side of the world compared to when I lived in Queensland. Yeah, it's a big. People don't realise how big this place is. It's not just big. It's just that it's big with like not much in between places, like cities. You know, you got a few cities around the coast with, you know, towns in between, but nothing. You know. Alan Bennett, what was your best away ground you went to? I've seen Alan Brazil score a goal. I used to like Alan Brazil. When we beat the Scum 5-0. Oh, yeah, I remember that game too. Yeah, that was good. I like Alan Brazil. When I think of Alan Brazil, I just imagine him like leaping through the air, almost doing the splits, whacking the ball in the back of the net. What was the best away ground? Oh, that's a... I mean, away ground, you know, it's a thing about when you go, I don't know if it's still the same, but you are definitely a second-class citizen when you go to away games. You know, I suppose they still do, where you weren't allowed to leave the ground until everyone else had gone, because you might get all fisty with people. Just let people just make up their own, you know. Away ground. You know what? I might pop that in the back of my head and see if something comes out. No, let's do it. Plough Lane was all right because it was kind of shit for everyone, so it was kind of egalitarian. I mean, Stamford Bridge was one of the worst. Stamford Bridge was awful, absolutely awful. Nottingham Forest was all right. Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United were good. Sheffield United, I had a good night in watching Paul Gascoigne score a goal there. It's all about, I don't know. It's funny. It's like you. Oh no, I'm just babbling. I used to like away games. I used to like them. Ronald M. Someone set fire to my hair once by accident on the shelf. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, well, I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful because, you know, if I'm, you know, lighting a musical cigarette off the stove or something, woof, you get that smell, burning air. Yeah, I mean, I broke a finger on the shelf. I got crushed up against one of those metal things, dislocated a finger. St John's ambulance sorted it out at half time. And I went back, and I think that was a game against Aston Villa. Kev Knight, funny you should mention the shelf, Paul. That's exactly where I used to stand. Those were the days under the cameras. Yeah, but that was the thing that it kind of bugged me a little bit because, you know, you'd go and you watch Match of the Day, and because the cameras were above the shelf, you'd never see the shelf. You'd see it very occasionally, and It's something I've looked for from time to time. Is like on YouTube to see footage of the shelf, and there's not a lot out there. You know, of it in its heyday. Like there's the odd photo, there's the odd snippet, but there isn't. There's, you know, it's a shame. If anyone out there has got any footage or a link to something where I could see the shelf in uproarious delight, that'd be great. Someone to each other. Someone. Dionysus. Arsenal look pathetic against Chelsea. I hope their luck with results soon runs out. Well, ours did last year, didn't it? That's what I'm thinking at the moment. You know, last year I was thinking, oh, when we click, we're going to be really good. And we didn't click, and then everything catches up with you. Arsenal don't look like click. Oh, look, when you got two goalkeepers competing for the number one jersey, I don't think that's crash hot. I know Arteta, you know, he's trying to be some sort of visionary and say, oh, you know, goalkeeper's just like any other player in it. Well, it's not really, is it? It's not. They're different. They're different. I know, you know, it's the current thing where, you know, goalkeepers have to play with their feet and be able to play football. But if they can't stop shots, what use are they? But I like it. Because they're not going to get... So, look, from what I've heard is Raya had a bit of a mare at points in the game against Chelsea. So maybe Ramsdale will get a look in. But then if he stopped... You know, but it don't work with goalkeepers. It doesn't work. You know, remember those horrible days where Ray Clements and Peter Shilton was alternating for the England team? Just pick one. They picked the worst one, in my opinion, because I think Ray Clements was better. But just pick a goalkeeper. That's the easy thing. When you're doing the team sheet, one, Vicario, isn't it? It's not hard. But Arteta, he goes one, and then he goes into a bit of a fugue for a bit. Hey, here's Jacob. Hello. United Spurs of America, which I believe, by all reliable measures, is officially United States of America's number one follow Tottenham fan channel, which is pretty good. Pretty good. He's like ruler of a country in some ways. You know, others have tried, and you know, others have been number one. They've come and gone. Jacob, man, just putting the runs on the board bit by bit, and there he is. Dionysus. Is it Dionysus? Dionysus. The Greek god of wine or something, wasn't it? DYT Johnson is good. Oh, what's that? Oh, do you think? Oh, okay, that was close. Do you think Johnson is going to play tomorrow? I've got no bloody idea, mate. I think he'll come on as a sub. How about that? I don't know. Leaks Glovers as great seeing the girls playing without fear, winning without our top tier superstar Beth England. So when she battled, she's now for a while injured. I did like the cut of Beth England's jib in that fan conference thing. There was a few people on stage, and she was one of them. She was pretty good. New manager, new players, new mentality, which is a transformation right throughout the club. It's great. Kim62, yes, love the trip music. Oh, yeah, love the trip music was the theme. Excellent. Loved all the different sounds. My highlight was walking in Elvis's shoes. Sun Studios, man. Yeah, I've got a picture of me with the microphone that they can't 100% sure was the one that Elvis used, but it might have been. That's good enough for me. Yeah, Sun Studios, awesome, isn't it? Awesome. And you got that picture on the wall of, Jerry Lee Lewis. I keep getting him and Jerry Lewis is mixed up. Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley. There's Johnny Cash was in it as well, some other dude, all sitting around a piano. And then under the picture, there's the bloody piano right there. Sun Studios and Graceland, man. Great. I mean, that's a guy that, you know, the jungle room with the carpet on the ceiling. Brilliant. And his TV room. And the fact that he had a team of chefs, they were just always there in case he felt like a snack at any time of the day or night. Not impressed with the Disney crap outside. What was the Disney crap? Oh, there was like the way in and all that. I didn't really. I blocked that out, I suppose, maybe. But I had a peanut butter and banana fried sandwich in the cafe opposite. I could feel my heart clenching, but it was tasty. Ren, though, there's so much money, but it's lining their pockets. Well, that's what happens, isn't it? You know, you always get another snout and a trough taking their percent, claiming they're adding value. Humanity, man. Humanity. You know. Daniel Sandoval. Big up, one love. Come on, you Spurs. That's it, man. What's the time? Going an hour. 7:35 a.m. I'm not in any. I mean, there is a chance that my front doorbell will go for the fire alarm, smoke alarm inspection, and then I'll have to cut it off. But no, in my luck, they'll come here at 3 p.m. Ren, NPL is the semi-professional league. Okay, gotcha. Just under A-League, right. Okay, Kids Rego for sure funds the clubs being able to pay them in. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, man. I'm hoping when the A-League has 2 divisions that something will start happening, maybe. Right, okay, Sydney Olympics. So, but some of those teams are becoming like, is this the division you're talking about that's coming in? I think over the next few years, you're going to see A-League and the Division 2, I'll call it the NPL if that's what it is. They're going to be swapping over a fair bit. I think the A-League hasn't worked for football in this country. I know it was all fine and dandy when it was brought in because, you know, we had that golden generation in the Socceroos and I don't know. It took a lot out of the game, I think. LTL Cockerell. See, I don't know about this highfalutin stuff because my team, Gladesville Ride Magic, had a pretty good season this year. They're in New South Wales Division 3, so they're quite a bit down. Oh, hello, LTL Cockerell. Good evening, Jedi Master Paul. These are not the droids you are looking for. Yeah, these are not the droids you are looking for. You're the Force. You're sorry, it's definitely all backwards, Rin. Should be funding the grassroots and not the way. I mean, that's. I'm no communist. By the way, I'm not. I'm not at all. Like, I hate capitalism. I hate anything that does control of anything. So it's all rubbish as far as I'm concerned. But you'd think there was money going around. You would do it that way, Yasarian. Kill surprise. It's not the way the world of money works. The rich get richer. Royal M, they are ahead on goals scored. I thought we were even at the moment because I might be totally wrong. But when I looked at the table yesterday, I thought everything is equal at the moment. So same everything. But they're ahead because they begin with A. But I might be wrong. Anyway, if we win or a score draw, we go above them. But it's nice to win because then we go above Man City. LTL Cockerell. Anyone found Jizzy the Gerbil? What? Who? Nelly the Elephant. I know Nelly the Elephant. People. Abraham Ishek. G'day, Paul. G'day, man. How you going? Ronald M. I got beaten up at Everton. Oh, yeah. Well, mate, I never used to see trouble at football games. The only time I really saw one was at Port Vale. Port Vale, it was largely our own fans got fed up because we lost it 2-1 and they ripped an advert hoarding off the back of the stand of the away stand and threw it down into the crowd and their own supporters. And I remember it was almost like slow motion. I saw a space opening up around me and my friends. And then I don't know, it was like a big advert for the Abbey National or something like that. Hits on the back of the head. I think a mate of mine took a bit more brunt than me because he had canaries going around his head. But I still think it's quite funny. Am I a bad person to think that that's kind of harmless vandalism? I mean, it's just an advert. You can bang it back up with a nail, can't you? Honda, I mean, I used to tag buses with my tag, Rapid. So, I'm not a fine, upstanding member of the community. I like a little bit of rebellion. Horn dog, Arteta is a fool. Quite clear he wanted Raya, but pretended to say, I will use both keepers. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? But, I mean, was Ramsdale that bad? I mean, I suppose, if you want to win the league, you've got to upgrade everything, haven't you? But it wasn't handled well, was it? I was Ramsdale. I don't care I don't care how Ramsdale feels because he wears a red top. So, and I'm glad I'm getting the away kit sent over by my mate Dan because it's got AIA, but it's not. I forgot what AIA does. I don't care. So the advertising's not working on me, Tottenham. But it's not in red letters as well. I don't know why. Why do we have red letters on our kit? Raya is not as good as Vicario either. No, it's looking that way, isn't it? It really is. So Ange picked up the better goalkeeper, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Vicario has been incredible. He's, he's done his job, hasn't he? And his distribution is great as well. Sometimes, when he does it long, sometimes, buggers up, but that's what happens. But the number of times I've seen him throw one out and then go into the path of someone running like in their half, it's great. And you see, he did an interview a few days ago, Vicario, and he said something a bit like, I mentioned this in the video I did yesterday, but he mentioned, the way we're playing, these are the moments you've got to remember. They'll stick with you throughout your life, long after the stadium's crumbled. But we've got to keep focused and stay humble. Where do you reckon those words are coming from? Ange Postecoglou. In his Postecogopoulos, his nexus of football. Not many people that's the current name of it, the Postecogopoulos. I'm sure when Ferenc Puskas was in there, it was called something else. But at the moment, it's the Postecogopoulos. We're all football, plasma and strata and everything in the cosmos. There's a point where it all connects. That's what Ange does. He just sticks his head in. Why he knows so much about football. Oh, just a quick note. There was a thing before Australia played England in that friendly. Australia played really well, I thought. But England were pretty crap, and Australia, as usual, played out of their skins. But there was a bit before the game we had Graham Arnold, and they had guests of Gus Hiddink and Ange Postecoglou talking to the players. And I don't know about you, I got like Doctor Who vibes out of it. It was like, oh, this is like the Three Doctors or something like that. It's like three Australian managers, and they're all great. It's not like there's a Colin Baker in there or someone like that. They're all really, really good. Ren, Jacob's immaculate vibes at the next level. Yeah, that's what I like watching. That's why I like watching Jacob. It's sort of light and breezy, isn't it? I don't want to watch stuff and get angry. Don't make me angry, Mr. McGee. I like to just chill out and have a bit of fun. Also, on Jacob, his other channel, Jacob Plays, he does he streams the odd FIFA game, which I'm not one for watching that, but I watch him. So, it must be just his naked charisma, I suppose. Kev Knight, thinking back to my shelf days, this man, there used to be singing in the Park Lane end and the Paxton Road too. Yeah, the Paxton Road when I used to go was more that it was like the family enclosure. In fact, it's where my old man wanted me to go for my first game. Yeah, because he did a bit of research before I went, and he said, "Whatever you do, don't go in the shelf." Okay, now I won't go in the shelf. Don't go in the shelf. That's where all the is. So of course, me and my mates went to the shelf, and me being an idiot, when I went back home, he said, "Where'd you go?" And I said, "The shelf." Why didn't I just say Paxton Road? It would have. I used to tell fibs to get out of trouble all the time. That was a gimme on a plate, wasn't it? Paxton Road. Paxton Road, Dad. No, shelf. But then after that, when he saw that no harm came of it, it was all cool. Park Lane was there was the away end, I think. So I think they switch over. They switched over. Paxton Road too. It's quite funny listening to them out singing and abusing each other. Yeah. Paxton gives a song. Paxton gives a song. But then on my last game in 1995 that I went to, because I hadn't been to Tottenham for a few years because I lived outside of London. It looked then that like the shelf had gone. I mean, the shelf was still there, but the atmosphere had gone. And it seemed to be the Paxton Road was the main place to be. So I buggered that up because me and my mate Dan, he said, fancy going to a game before you go to Australia? I said, yeah, damn right. I said, we're going to the shelf. Totally wrong. It had the atmosphere of a swimming pool. Hey, Mountain Bushman, Stamer, Evanista. Just, that's the way it is. Ryan M. Ronald M. Kev, here we go. Talking to each other. James Paratroop, these supposed Premier Test players are overrated. Big Vic, hang on, Premier Test players. Just carry on reading, Paul. Don't think too hard, man. You can't do it. Big Vic is by far better than Raya. Okay, I understand that bit. Big Vic has higher football IQ. That's an interesting way of putting it. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine yesterday about the stupidity that is IQ. Because I just happen to be one of those people that can do IQ tests. I haven't done one for a while, but I used to be good at them. But they're just a very particular kind of, skill or something like that. I don't know. It's all about logic and patterns and sequences. And so if you can do that, you're going to be really good at them. But if you, for example, you have something like dyslexia, where, the order of things can be a little bit confusing or whatever, you've got no chance in an IQ test. No chance at all. So you're going to be, judged the moron. It's ridiculous. It's the reason it came up is because we're talking about Muhammad Ali, and apparently Muhammad Ali's IQ was something like 50 or 60. That just debunks the whole IQ thing full stop, doesn't it? Muhammad Ali is an idiot. Could probably not tie up his own shoelaces according to the IQ test, and he's one of the smartest blokes the planet's ever seen. But yeah, football IQ, a football brain, man. Football brain goes back to Bill Nicholson. Bill Nicholson, he wants players with football brains, not academic brains. And he wasn't saying this in a way of that it's like if you've got a football brain, you're a stupid person or something like that. It's like no, you're smart as buggery, but it's football. And he said, in fact, the less other things they were good at, the better, because then they could focus on football and be brilliant at that. and Danny Blanchflower in an interview he did on the BBC. Yeah, he had a good analogy. It was something along the lines of, it was because he was being interviewed by a BBC guy, and I think the BBC journalist or interviewer was being, I mean, it was in the 60s, so, you know, when they were trying to be a bit of a tosser, it was a bit more subtle, but it was still there, you know, still there, trying to put footballers down a little bit in some way. And of course, like Danny Blanchflower is just smart at everything. Everything. He's one of those rare people that's just like clever at the whole lot. But he was standing up for his colleague, saying, you know, just because a footballer can't sometimes articulate things, it doesn't mean they're stupid. He said, like a farmer. This is the analogies he came up with. A farmer they you know, work, you know, long hours allegedly. I mean, this is ideal farmer land, not the landed gentry we have today. But I guess where he's coming from is, you know, farmers tilling the land, looking after livestock and all that. Experts at it, been doing it all their lives, brilliant at it. But can they actually tell you what they do? Can they explain it? Maybe not. And he said that's what it's like with a lot of footballers. They just go and do it. But the fact that they can't explain what they're doing doesn't make them dumb. That's your problem, you know. But they can go and do it. So, yeah, football IQ, man. Ren, the Queensland structure has just changed. The league's just under a league. Under a league, okay, it's started relegate and promote. It's good for the game. Yeah, it's the thing that sets it aside. That sets football aside, Ren, you know. And it does my head in that the, you know, rugby league, I don't really follow AFL, but the same applies to that. There's no relegation and promotion, and the top half of the table fight for the final. You know, you can finish mid-table and still be champions. But when you're into it though, it's all fine. But just coming from a, you know, a foreign football perspective, it takes a while to get used to. But I think promotion and relegation in football would be fantastic for the game over here, because you've always got skin in the game. Always got skin in the game. You can't take your foot off. You know, like this year in the rugby league, St George Dragons and West Tigers. Poof. Okay, bye bye. You're not in the NRL next year. You're going to play like some New South Wales club competition. That's it. Maybe they would have played a bit better. James Paratrooper, the rich have their own form of welfare. It's called tax cuts. It's the richer you are, the less you do, man. It's Hotspur Hippie. Don't forget, it's Hotspur Hippie. Not a hot. Hang on. Why isn't this on? Why did I take this off? I've just noticed. Where is it? There we go. Just so you know who I am. The Hotspur Hippie. You're going to get this from time to time. Not the Hotspur Piers Morgan, is it? There comes a point when you've got enough money, you don't have to do anything. Because people will just give you money and you could just invest. So you invest your money and then other people have to make it more money for you, whether that's labour or something else. And you just sit there and you get more. You just sit there. You could be completely passive about it, or you could be more involved with it and tell people what to do, but you're not doing it yourself. You know, the only thing I go by, man, is how people treat me. And when I'm driving around Redfern or Lakemba or Mount Druitt, everyone gives me a 5-star rating. 5-star ratings. I go to the posh places. Oh, yeah, I'll give him 4. Yeah, maybe 1 star for that. 1 star. You know, why? Why would you do that? Duh. So I don't like him. Hold on, Paul, do you support a team down under? Well, as in, in rugby league, it would be St George Dragons. In A League, I don't follow it closely at all. But if I did have a team, it would probably be Western Sydney Wanderers, because that's the only team I've seen live in the A League. So it'd have to be them. and it's about it. But lower levels, like I follow my daughter's football team because they're brilliant. They won their grand final 6-1. My daughter scored a screamer from the edge of the box. So I like watching that. And in fact, that's probably got me in women's soccer as well, watching my daughter's team. It was really good fun. Really good fun. And Glazehill Ride Magic, which is a local team here. Greek, largely Greek-based, I guess. It's not a big club. You don't get many people turning up, if any, sometimes. But, there's a few there. And, I just like watching a bit of live sport. Alan Bennett, I was in the North Bank. Oh, with 150 Tottenham boys. Happy days. Was young. I remember there was this photo of a Spurs fan at the clock end. I don't know where. This was before the internet. So how was this photo going around? Was it in a fanzine? I don't think it was in the program. Weird, isn't it? Now I think about it. Like, no, because you take it for granted these days. Photos, internet, easy peasy. But back then, how did I see this photo of a Spurs supporter with full Spurs kit giving it to the Arsenal fans in the clock end? I don't know, but there you are. Well, the AIA means Arsenal is arse. Yeah. They just changed their name to Bumnall. Bumnall FC. Kevin, AIA, often known as AIA. Yeah, don't clue me in on bloody what they are, man. Dude. I did look it up once. I did a stream. Here we go. You've just put the blurb there. I did a stream once where I went through all of Tottenham's partners and how little they relate to the working classes. I mean, you got Ineos. Oh yeah, I'll sell my 30-year-old Mini Metro Vanden Pla and buy an Ineos just to go to the shops. Future Music, g'day man. Oh, I tell you what, man. Thanks for replying. Future Music replies to comments. I don't on videos, but Future Music does. And great music channel. I've been liking what he's been doing. I've been going down, like I was saying to you yesterday. Excuse me, everyone. I can have a quiet chat with Future Music. Yeah, I've been going down an analog synthesizer rabbit hole, man. And there's a few reasons for it, because when I started watching videos, I realised they're very similar to the Commodore 60, of all things, the Commodore 64 sound chip, where it had a proper analog synthesizer in it. So you used to muck around with attack and decay and all that sort of stuff, and envelopes and filters to get weird and wonderful sounds out of it. So to have something like that with better sound quality in knob form, where you can just really get some weird stuff out of it. And also you get real rich fat bass out of these things as well. I'm thinking, when I dig myself out of the financial black hole I'm in, super chats and memberships are available, but YouTube advertising is doing all right as well. Let's face it. On the cards, man, I'm looking at a Korg Minilog XD, but the little sand in the Vaseline thing is that Moog, to me, sounds a little bit better. But to get what I want in a Moog, it costs billions, and they're huge and heavy. And that would put me off playing it. So I would have to make a compromise with the Minilog. But I think because of its size and convenience, and the sound is still very, very good, I think I would use it more. But I see how you can, I'm assuming your waveform, you can muck around with it on the fly as well. It's very organic, I've got a nice keyboard, but it's like, sounds and stuff. It's not something you can dick around with, like live. Whereas I'm getting it. Anyway, there you go. There's a bit of synth talk. And it's funny. I was watching a few synth things, and my daughter said, yet another hobby you're getting into. That all the YouTube videos are done by middle-aged bald men with beards. And it seems to be that I pick them. I go down these hobby rabbit holes, like sim racing was one. I mean, I don't want my trophies up there, Australian champion. It turns out I'm the best in Australia at it. Lock picking was another one. I learned how to pick locks just because it was fun. And synthesizers. And it's all the same middle-aged bald men with beards. Aaron Quinn, g'day, man. Yo, what's happening? Double H. Yeah, it's all happening, man. Another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. You're sorry and lucky you're getting your smoke line tested today, Paul. Tottenham Hotspur will be on fire tomorrow. That's excellent. Yeah, we are, man. I hope so. I've still got a little bit in my, somewhere, I don't know, in my heart or back in my brain. Like, what if we lose? It's going to be shit if we lose, isn't it? It's going to be, but I've already thought of an idea for a video of how to get around it. Because now and then in my videos, I like doing like silly special effects. It doesn't happen often, but when I get an idea, I'll do it. So I've got one. But hopefully I can shelve it for a few games. Aaron Quinn, do fans still drinking the local pubs will go straight to the Tottenham to the stadium for a beer? I like going to the stadium, love the songs and stuff. Can get a decent beer as well. I don't know. So alcohol was never really part of my football experience because I was young, mainly when I went. But even when I was, I wouldn't say drinking age because you used to go to the pub when you were 15 in England. Can I have a pint of beer, please? So booze was never part of the whole thing, and that's kind of stayed with me through my life. Like if I go to sport, I like to enjoy what I'm watching. I find it funny, like when I'm watching games, when half time starts, the ground's still filling up because people are getting their beers, and I mean, look, each to their own, but it's not something I do because I'm going there to watch football, be part of it. Stefan Blois. Looking forward to tomorrow's game, man. So am I. It's fallen nicely for us, to be fair, as our international players have had more time to rest. I think, yeah, I mentioned that yesterday too, man. It's one of the few times I think, we've been dealt a kind card by the fixtures. More time to rest. I think we'll win 2-0. Madison and Son, come on, you Spurs. You started the predictions. Okay. See, at the moment, I'm thinking 3-0. But that, if that's my opening gambit, it's only going to get better from there or worse, whatever your slant is. Because I don't know. I don't think I'll be doing the pre-match build-ups for tomorrow's game. I usually do one on Irish Hotspur, which is about 3 hours before kick-off, and We Are Tottenham TV, which is about 90 minutes before kick-off. But given it's a 6 a.m. kick-off, I think that will just stuff my body clock up a little bit if I get up at 3 o'clock just to do that. I mean, I might, if I wake up, I'll do it. But to me, it's like, it's going to be great. I'll be able to get up at my normal time, have a bit of breakfast, whatever, and put the football on at 6. It's going to be great. So I don't think I'll be doing the pre-match build-ups. But if I was, then my score gets more and more loopy. Because I get carried away and I get built up. And I'm just saying what I feel, because, predictions are all out of crap, aren't they? Just what you feel, what you're feeling in the moment. So if I'm starting at 3-0 now, if I was on Irish Hotspur, I'll be going 4-0. By the time I get to We Are Tottenham TV, it's 6-0. Because in the back of my head, it's not like I'm completely making this up either, In the back of my mind, I remember Celtic beating, was it Dundee United 9-0? Or Aberdeen 7-0. They had a 9-0 win and a 7-0 win. And I just know that one of those is going to happen to Tottenham because that's what Ange does. Remember when we played Burnley? We're 3-0 up. and we're playing to the whistle. We're playing to the whistle. We keep going, man. It wasn't 3-0 up. That's another day at the office, thinking of, what you're going to do that evening. Maybe you've got a modelling shoot, but something like that. No, it's your job. Play at the whistle, and that's what we're doing. So, yeah, okay, Burnley got a couple of goals, but we still got another couple. And like Ange said about Ferenc Puskás, Puskás said he'd rather win 5-4 than win 1-0. Who wouldn't prefer that? It's brilliant. So sooner or later, Spurs are going to give someone an absolute demoralising, humiliating spanking. It's going to be like the Maracanã, or it's going to be like, Germany beating Brazil. What was it, 7-1 or 7-2? We're going to give a team a bloody hiding. It's coming. Could it be tomorrow? I don't know. I can't tell the future. All I can tell you is vagaries. Like we're going to not kill someone. We're going to kick someone's ass. Ronald M. Bob Marley was a Tottenham fan. He was too. We're a bit light on. We're a bit light on for famous or musical people. Unfortunately, my favourite group, the Kinks, they were Arsenal fans. And for people that like the Sex Pistols, the Public Image, Johnny Rotten was an Arsenal fan as well. They're all Arsenal fans. But Bob Marley's a Tottenham fan, but he's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying he's crap or anything. It's just like not my thing, that's all. Who else we got? We got Adele, not my cup of tea. Jar Wobble, he is my cup of tea, and he's a Spurs fan. So that will say that. Oh, here we go. Update on Muhammad Ali. Mountain Bushman, his IQ was 78. Oh, and there you go. That's it, isn't it? Doesn't this cause all those psychological or whatever journals to just go, we've got it wrong. We've got it wrong. The test's wrong. Muhammad Ali, 78. We got it wrong. Back to the drawing board, folks, for this intelligence lark. No, we won't do that. Flogging a dead horse. So that people are proud of having a high IQ. Ridiculous. James Paratroop, Paul, you're definitely a Renaissance man. Thank you very much. Aaron Quinn, Steph. Ren, completely agree about intelligence. It doesn't make you a good person. Most of my friends are nutcases. I'm, pot kettle black. But they're some of the best people in the world, Completely agree about intelligence. I have one super academic kid and one incredibly social kid, both different IQs, but one is seen acceptable in society. I know. Stupid. It's stupid. I had a couple of teachers going on in the car the other day, and they're all going on about literacy rates and things like that. Some people just can't. It's not their thing. It's not like, reading and writing is something that's like eating food, drinking water, farting. It's a learned thing. And if your brain don't do that bit, it don't. Literacy standards. Well, who gives a shit? Who needs to read and write these days anyway? No one needs to add up. We've got things that do it. So, I don't know. But the world has come a long way in fairness. Because I remember, kids that struggled with that sort of stuff when I was at school. And, school was brutal. And me included, we'd take the piss out of them. And they were, stuck in some, remedial class. Well, they weren't idiots. They just a bit trouble reading and writing. But they were completely ostracised by both the teachers, a lot of other kids. At least that seems to have, I'm guessing that's changed a bit, hasn't it? There's so much pressure on kids learning. School is about, you've got to learn everything about everything. Whereas school, I'd get rid of the whole lot. Get rid of all of it. And just, I'd still have schools, but kids go there and they find out what they love and and what they're good at. They don't have to do everything. Just do something that they love. So they'd only be at school like 3 hours a week or whatever. I don't know. I haven't thought this through. But at the end of it, you'd have kids that were just brilliant at something or love something, and then you have kids that didn't give a shit about it. So what? You know? But no, you've got to learn everything about everything. And I can tell you, as a 51-year-old man, I know nothing about fuck all. And that's the best way to be. Darren Wimbledon. Thoughts on Bobby Charlton? Yeah, look, I mean, the images I have of Bobby Charlton, you know, it's, I mean, it's probably been said so many times by so many people, it's like a cliche, but to me, Bobby Charlton, the way he could strike that, you know, 50-kilogram football at such speed into a net is absolutely ridiculous. So, you know, what he did for England was incredible. And what he did at Manchester United with, you know, him, Best and Laws was amazing. You know, they were the guys that put Manchester United on the map. He played for Manchester United over 700 times. Not as many as Steve Perryman did for Tottenham, of course. But yeah, and am I right in saying I know Jackie Charlton suffered with dementia later in his life because, you know, heading a football like that ain't good. And it's good to see, you know, at least that's something that's being taken seriously, not just in football, but sporting generally. You know, you can take one head knock, but as soon as you take a head knock, that's it. You've got to recover. If you get a head knock and then you get another one, then you start damaging stuff. So, you know, it's sad that you know, a lot of players of his vintage have gone that way. You know, what a price to pay. You know, for their families around them. Hopefully, it's becoming a thing of the past. But whenever I saw Bobby Charlton talk, he's likable, and he knows his stuff. He's a football guy. Great comb over. It's been a while since I've mentioned this, but you know, since I started growing my hair out the back, and you know, now and then I can do stupid things with it, like I can do a bit of a comb over. I can tell you what. Once you've done this once, right, you understand everything about the comb over. You understand that it's not for you. It's not for you out there. I know I'm not fooling anyone. I know I'm bald. But you know what? Just having a little bit of hair on the top of your head, it feels nice. Even right now, I'm telling you, when you don't have hair on the top of your head and you bring a bit over, it just feels like lush. It feels like a beautiful nature forest on your head. So people with comb overs are doing it for themselves. And now I understand this paradigm shift. I admire the confidence in these people. They're doing it, you know, sod you, I want to feel good, so I'm going to do this. And everyone else that doesn't get it go, oh, look at them, trying to cover up their head with a few strands of hair. It looks stupid. Yeah, I know, but it feels great. Feels great. Well, no, football should use the same video system used video and technology as rugby union. I don't watch rugby union. Well, they'd have all the posh crap, wouldn't they? VAR, yeah, like there's so many arguments against it. Football is not a start-stop game for a start. It's a flow. You know, there's a flow and an energy. Kind of each game has a life of its own. And if you stop at the start and it don't work, so many of the decisions are subjective. You know, maybe if you could have VAR for over the goal line and offside, if they can do that reliably. But when you're slowing everything down to see if a tackle should be a red card or not, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. I've got to blow my nose again. Would you believe it? So bear with me. I don't know how far I'm down I'm in the comments either, so I might be well beyond. Hang on. I gained 2 viewers by blowing my nose. The secret. Here we go. Mountain Bushman has got an update. An IQ of 78 is well below average, but slightly above developmentally disabled. God, we have got such horrible, haven't we? We've got such horrible words for people. Developmentally disabled. Who the fuck are you to say that? Not you, Mountain Bushman, but who the fuck are these people to just decide that someone is or even the word disabled, you know? What? A person with an IQ of 78 will probably not be able to articulate, so succinct and efficient a question. One of the quickest, wittiest guys on the planet. Can you imagine how quick-witted Muhammad Ali would be if he was never punched in the head? Blimey. I mean, that slowed him down and he's still the fastest on the earth. Stephen Bois, our 60s team had some great games with Bobby's United. That was the glamour game at the time. Oh, right then. Before my time. I wish there was more footage around of that sort of stuff. There's a little bit here and there. So I'm enjoying watching the early 70s. At least, I can get something there. Hang on, I'm just going to have a quick flick. I'm reasonably behind with the comments, but not too bad. Just to remind you what you're watching now and then, I believe it's professional in broadcasting to do a little sting. There you go. That's what you're watching. It's the happy hour and 47 minutes. My mate was the assistant coach at the Raw in the A-League. Oh, I'm not a fan of the Raw anymore. What happened? What? So you were when you met? What? Who are you a fan of then? Confused. Oh, okay. He went back over to the UK to manage. Oh, okay. It's shit over here. But he knew Ange and said what a great person he was. Made me like Ange even more. I mean, it's great, but it's also a little bit sad, isn't it? That to me, like Ange just seems like normal. I mean, a human, like a human person, a Homo sapiens sapiens. He who knows that he knows. He knows he knows. But it's like lofted because there's so many twats around. But yeah, he just seems like a cool guy. Alan Bennett. Where did you grow up in London? I was in Harlesden. I was in West London. So I was born in Hillingdon and sort of grew up around Hillingdon, Hayes, West Drayton, Useley, all the salubrious places. So when I say to Australians I'm from London, they think they just think, oh, Big Ben. They don't think of shitholes. But we had a spirit. No, we didn't. Hot dog. Will you be doing a live stream for any Tottenham matches, Paul? Or jumping onto someone else's channel for the rest of the season? I'll probably not. I might change my mind, but the way I have been thinking about this, Horn Dog, and the way I can't see me changing from this, but I might do, when I'm watching a football game, I just like to just lie there and enjoy the football game. Like if I'm with friends, we'll chat and stuff. But like if I guess like if I'm on first off, loads of people do watch-alongs. Loads of people, and loads of people do really good watch-alongs as well. So what would I be able to do that's different? Well, okay, it's me doing a watch-along. I don't think I'd be much good at it because I like to get absorbed into the game, and like when I'm watching a game here on my own, I do shout and say things a few times, but I don't want to have to perform because I like to be 100% football, and if I'm like 95% football, 5% engaging, looking at comments, it won't be as enjoyable for me. So it's purely selfish. Plus, I'm not sure I'll be very good at it. I have done, I have done 2 watch-alongs. I think that was maybe Irish Hotspur and THFC till I die a while ago, and I don't think I was really there, So probably not, man, but who knows? James Paratrooper, my friend had a Commodore 64 back in the day. Yes. Pong all day. Best sound chip in a computer. 3 voice oscillator. 3 voice oscillating. Attack, decay, sustain, release. All that sort of stuff. It's brilliant. It's stupid. You put too many volts into the synthesizer in a Commodore 64, it farts. It makes a farty sound. It's not supposed to, but it's just the way it is. And you can use the farty sound to do other things. Anyway, yeah. Well, then, it's a hell of a walk from Seven Sisters Tube to White. It was always, it was a pilgrimage. That was the way it was. Always stop at McDonald's on the way. It's funny, I did a Google Street View. This would have been just like maybe a couple of months back. I walked from Seven Sisters Station to White Hart Lane, and I didn't really recognise much at all. I don't know what's changed or what's not, but maybe it's just because it was on a computer. It didn't fit in my head or something like that. But I didn't go, oh yeah, that's that and that's that. I don't know. Maybe I was just focused on the football when I used to go. Well, I don't even remember that clock. I can't remember that clock at all with the cockle on it. I don't know where it was or anything. But everyone else seems to be happy about it, which is cool. Mark Ian, how are you, my good man? I have 3-1. Then Bear Palace on Friday. Oh, it's good. Well, Palace are looking really ropey, aren't they? Really ropey. Alan Bennett, 2-1. Spurs need for a bet. Yeah, I don't need it for a bet, man. Cause it's not my bag, that whole thing. Which is why, hopefully, when I do switch the adverts on for this stream, you won't get any gambling adverts. Because there's a little button. There's a little thing in YouTube adverts. You can say what sort of ads you don't want. Gambling off. 8-1 Spurs. Here we go. Demolition incoming. So you reckon tomorrow's today? Could be. I'm not going to look at this score that James is saying here of 8-1 and go, why don't you be more realistic? Because it could happen. It could happen. God, my beard's getting fluffy. I don't think I put enough conditioner in it. It looks like I've been through a car wash. It needs to settle down a bit. I think over the course of this stream, because it was a bit wet and damp, and now it's just all blossoming. And the whole thing's just going to be beard by the end of it. It's just inflating. It's like my own personal airbag. Okay, so are you going to start doing watch-alongs? Probably not. Probably not, man. Probably not. Not my thing. We'll see, but nah. The only reason I'll be doing it would be to get viewers and things, whereas I want to do this to have fun. So by not doing it, I'm keeping myself artistically pure. But if I feel like I want to do it, I might do it. But at the moment, no. Sonny Paratrooper. Sonny will have a hat-trick and be substituted at half-time. That could happen. Hopefully. A hat-trick would be good. Jurgen Klinsmann didn't do him any bloody favours playing him 90 minutes, although maybe he was fine. I mean, Ange did say that our players came back from international duty all tickety-boo, so that's good. Albert, do you remember betting Bristol 9-1? Oh, gamble talk. Ugh. 3-1 and 2-0 on Friday. Then be 4 points clear. No, we'd be 5. That's 5 points clear before everyone else starts playing, man. Because we're 1 point behind at the moment, 2 wins, 5 points in front. Hondog, can you imagine? I've got to read the first words in the sentence. It's not going to happen, but could you imagine Ange giving the same group of players another shot at the title that lost on penalties against Fulham? If that happened, I still think we would win. Well, if he does it, he's seen something changed. Paul, do you like Foghat? Yes. I've got a Super Audio CD of Foghat. Not something I've listened to a lot. I've only listened to it a couple of times, but I did like it. I can't remember what the album's called. But yeah, it was all right. It was all right, man. Thaddeus, IQ is going to be replaced by the Ange scale. He displays true intelligence in multiple domains. Yeah. Or is, normal. The normal scale. In fact, stop measuring people. Who gives a toss? Morning all. Morning, Tim. Yes, Aaron, you'll only need enough experience with computers to use Chat GPT to get by soon. Yeah. And so if robots and computers are doing all the work, why aren't we all, as a society, benefiting from that? Having a bit of a dividend? No, because billionaires are taking it all, aren't they? Shareholders? Nah. Foghat is the most underrated band to come out of England. Yeah, like I say, I've only got one album. I might give it a listen today, actually. I haven't listened to it for a while. Well, then, I didn't bunk off school. I bunked in when I felt like it. Very good. I used to bunk off school and we'd go and play snooker at Sudbury Hill. Alan Bennett, wow, 51 tough paper round. Ralph Coates, yeah, he came over, pal. Alan Gillian. I'm listening to Slow Ride. Was that it? I can't even remember. Richard O'Leary, morning, mate. Morning, Richard. He's the man. I'm assuming talking about Ange, Gerard Lawless. Come on, you Spurs. Yes, man. Yes, James Paratrooper, Ali's shortest poem, Me, We. Isn't that? Me, we. Illiterate. Can barely think. And he does me, we. Bobby the Greek. Yasu. Hello, Paul. Coming, you Spurs. That's it, man. Wilton McDonald, good evening, morning. Paul, you've had a wonderful day. Well, it's just starting. And it looks all right. I'm assuming it's going to be another over 30-degree day. Wilton McDonald, the Chelsea from the King's Road gave that lot a point. Yeah. You can't rely on anything, can you? James, I think Sonny is sick and tired of reading fans say he can't play against the low block defence. Sonny hat-trick incoming. Yeah, but, who are we? It's a question I like to ask the footballer someday. What do you think of fans like me, slobs on the couch, saying, "Oh, you should have passed it. Oh, you're shit." Oh, hello, Derek Smith. Hello. Remember the film Idiocracy? Yes, man. That's where we're heading. Yeah, we're already there. We got there in the year 2000. It's just the effects are coming more widespread now. So we're already there, man. Already there. Probably ruled by our robot overlords. We already are. Haven't you seen people in offices their computer or phone at some point will go, ding, it's time to stand up and walk about so you don't get blood clots. We're already ruled by computers. Download the app. Fuck off. Download the app. But, so, you know, all this thing, you know, Terminator and all that, where, Skynet became self-aware, doesn't have to. It's artificial intelligence. The clue is in the name. A. Artificial. But we still do everything it says. It's bonkers. Absolute bonkers. But like someday, sooner or later, someone ought to just say to ChatGPT, destroy humanity or something like that, and it'll work out how to do it and just do it. It's just a computer program. Can't think, but it'll do it. Doesn't have to be self-aware or conscious. Will McDonald, I mentioned Johnny Haynes in a chat. Oh, yes, as the best passer of football that I've ever seen. But no one seemed to know who he was. Yeah, I know of him. I haven't seen much of him, though. But I like digging out old players' footage, so I might have a quick look. If you're saying he's the best passer you've ever seen, it's going to be worth looking into, isn't it? I will do that. Ronald M, I was there when we won 9-1. Mind you, I was there when we lost 3-0 at Fulham at home on my birthday. Tough. Honda Tottenham's 3, Fulham 1. What was all you people doing the 1 for Fulham? I don't care about about that bit. As long as we score a goal or more than Fulham do, don't matter, does it? If they got 4 goals and we score 5, we've won. In fact, I kind of hope we have a couple of games like that. So people say, Tottenham's leaky in defence. Don't matter though, does it? Don't matter a shit. Because we're winning. You don't get a trophy for clean sheets. Well, I suppose the goalkeeper does. But clean sheets, who cares? College student challenged Ali to a poem. Me, we. Yeah. Glenn Hoddle, best passer. Well, he would be the best passer I've seen. Best kind of player. Definitely that I've seen. But my favourite was Ozzy Ardiles, and he was like, I mean, some people would say he's better than Glenn. I think maybe Glenn was because of his longevity at the club as well. But Ozzy was always my favourite. When those two were playing well, that's crazy, man. And I'm enjoying watching this at the moment now because we got, you know, when you got Basuma and Madison, and then Doggy and Porro, and Romero, and then, you know, we've got a whole team of really good footballers now. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, folks, I think that was a good stream. Thanks, everyone. You have been watching and it's time for me to toddle off. Thanks for joining me, everyone. If you're watching this after, thanks for watching it, tuning in. I hope you've had a bit of enjoyment out of it. For those watching now, thanks for putting the numbers up. People that are commenting, giving me stuff to talk about. It's always good. Otherwise, I'll just be there like that. And if you've clicked like and subscribe, that's always good. But, you know, you do what you want. It sort of takes care of itself, that sort of thing. Right. So where's the thing that I've got to click to say goodbye? All right, folks. Less than 24 hours away till we're back top of the table by 2 points after smashing Fulham 8-1. I'll go along with that prediction now. I like that one. I like the timbre of it. 8-1. Till next time. Peace and love, folks. Peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.